on charge for ages. Should be able to unplug that. Right, are we live? 1, 2. Right, are we live? 1, we are. 2. What's up, people? Hang on. Oh, yeah, so... Why? I'm gonna Google that real quick. How do you get... Source options... Oh, shit. Ha, the first result is... I'm actually going to look at that. I was just looking at... I was just looking at how do you get, like, quality options on Twitch. But the first result when you type in how to get quality is how to get quality sleep. I'd be very interested to... Fat nothing. Basically. Oh, what's up, Nio? This menu music is so good. Oh, it's so good. Nah, nothing on that. How to get quality sleep. Are you ready? For some knowledge. Healthy sleep habits can make a big difference in your quality of life. Having healthy sleep habits is often referred to as having good sleep hygiene. Well, that's the first I've heard of that. Try to keep the following sleep practices on a consistent basis. Stick to a sleep schedule of the same bedtime and wake-up time, even on the weekends. This helps to regulate your body's clock and could help you fall asleep and stay asleep for the night. I would agree with that. I do that myself. Man, I might need to flip my mattress, man. Like, weird shoulder. Practice a relaxing bedtime ritual. A relaxing routine activity right before bedtime conducted away from bright lights helps separate your sleep time from activities that can cause excitement, stress, or anxiety, which can make it more difficult to fall asleep. Get sound and deep sleep or remain asleep. Yeah, I don't know about that one. If you have trouble sleeping, avoid naps. I mean, no shit. That's kind of obvious. Exercise daily. Vigorous exercise is best, but even light exercise is better than no activity. I do think there's a lot to be said for that. Yeah, like just, you know, I'll be making a lot of videos on that over the coming months. Like, regular exercise is really important. Sleep on a comfortable mattress and pillows. Well, no shit. Avoid alcohol, cigarettes, and heavy meals in the evening. When I used to smoke, my favorite cigarette, period, was the one in bed right before I go to sleep. So, can't agree with that one. Okay, the only one of them that's really, like, decent is the sleep schedule. Like, I think that is a very valid one. But the rest are kind of, like, hocus pocusy crap. Right, speaking of hocus pocus and magic, let's play some Saints Row. I need my water. So I watched that Digital Foundry breakdown, and yeah, like, anyone that is saying, like, this doesn't look that good compared to the original, like, yeah, your memory is playing tricks on you there. What's this? Ooh. Mimicry. What the fuck? The longest word in all of the major English language dictionaries is pneumo pneumonultramicroscopiosylib. How the fuck do you say that? Alright, hang on. Let's break this down Cormoran style. Okay, so, because it looks like it's like a few words and prefixes. So we've got pneumo. I can say that. Ultramicroscopic. Ilicoval. Yeah, ilicoval. Okay, that last one's tricky. Conocesius. Yeah, Conocesius. So it's pneumo-ultramicroscopics ilicoval conocesius. That is a word and a half. Pneumo-ultramicroscopics ilicoval conocenosis. What does that mean? A word that refers to lung disease contracted from the inhalation of very fine silica particles, especially from a volcano. Medically, it is the same as silicosis. Well, there you go. Learn to say this word without looking at it. No, I definitely, yeah, that required breaking down, definitely. Alright. What we doing? This music's really good too. We want the VTOL. Obviously. Right. What are we doing? Oh, I remembered the glitch people used to use on this as well, for basically getting like all the money. What the fuck?
You think taking down Miller was too easy?
I didn't press triangle.
I'm just saying, you made it out in one piece.
Bruh, my plane!
No, why would it be?
My plane!
Don't like us, Shawnee. Shawnee, you there?
Let me go!
Shit.
Alright, hang on. Let's all just take a minute. Okay, hold B to flip VTOL is not working. My plane. What the fuck? Saints Row the 3rd Remastered has stopped working. It's all your fault. And you. And you. And you. And you. And you. Yeah, there we go. You fuckers, man. Ruining my plane. What? I didn't press triangle to get out the plane. I mean, yeah, that's all I really need to say, really. I didn't press triangle to get out the plane. What just happened? Oh, man. Anyway, that was eventful. Video games, son. Video games. Alright. Excuse me.
Pierce,
I need this.
a problem.
How so?
Shawnee's been taken.
Taken? Taken how?
Don't know. Was on the phone with her when I heard a struggle and someone else picked up her phone.
You think Kilbane got her?
Sounded military. Sounded like Stag.
So what's the
This is
plan?
very, very fast for a
Images
smart
designed.
car.
I have an idea.
Is it any good?
That was really strange.
This is the worst idea you've ever had.
We can't go marching onto Stag's aircraft carrier.
Why not? I'll look just like Cyrus. All I gotta add is a fucked attitude.
What happens when you're on board?
I walk in with my prisoners, they take me to the cell block, I grab Shawnee and we leave.
I'm sorry, prisoners?
Yeah, you and Pierce. I'm bringing you in.
Oh, hell no.
Showtime.
That was really weird, man. My plane. That was odd.
We need one of them Stag transports to get to that carrier.
This is weirding me out.
Okay, so we get to the carrier. What then?
I escort you two prisoners to the brig. We find Sean D, then we escape.
What if they just shoot us?
Stop bringing logic into this.
That could be used to describe so many movies these days.
What
Considering I want to stab your ass right now, yeah, I'd say it works.
Mind your manner. I am your superior officer.
I should slap that face right off you.
You want to swim back?
This isn't giving me any confidence.
You sure you got his face right?
Where am I going? Oh, thanks, Niall.
You know how often this guy gets on camera?
Huh.
I'm sure, all right?
That's all I wanted.
I mean, get out of the way. Like, what are you doing? I'm driving here. Oh.
I don't know what I would do without you.
I think there's a trophy for that, so. What are you doing? Get in the van. I mean, he shouldn't have been standing there. Oh, shit. Okay. That makes sense. I'm gonna, pause. I need to grab my water.
We need one of them stag transports to get to that carrier.
This is weirding me out.
Okay, so we get to the carrier. What then?
I escort you two
There
prisoners
we go.
to the brig. We find
Right,
some-
grab my water. Much better.
Then we escape.
What if they just shoot us?
Stop bringing logic into this. What do you think? I look the part?
Considering I want to stab your ass right now, yeah, I'd say it works.
Mind your manner. I am your superior officer.
I should slap that face right
Oh,
off.
for God's
You want
sake.
to swim back?
This isn't giving me any confidence.
Of all the times for this game to have, like, slightly realistic physics,
I'm just saying.
I'm sure, all right?
it's like the time where I really need it to not have that. There we go. That worked. I'm not really sure how. Okay, so we need to get a Phaeton. Alright. This does make me want to finish off that GTA 3 run I was doing. It's really hard to not run any of these over.
Don't kill us.
I like how, like, you just know how to operate, like, every vehicle.
You know, this is a good look for you. You should
What
keep
the
a
hell?
face when you're done with it.
Are you serious?
Cyrus is very powerful and statuesque.
You complained about a costume, and now you want the boss to run around with Cyrus.
Why didn't they get in?
Just a suggestion. Don't get all bent out of shape.
Wait. Wait, what? So they're right, okay. Wait, what? What do you mean abandoning? Get over here. Oh, why did they just fly into me? Okay, this would have been way easier if they just got in this with me. I am trying. Oh, for God's sake. God. Why don't they just get in that with you? What's a why booper? Well, that was interesting. I'm actually quite near the end of the game. Right, as in, like, you know, the campaign.
We need one of them stag transports to get to that carrier.
This is weirding me out.
Okay, so we get to the carrier. What then?
I escort you 2 prisoners to the brig. We find Shondi, then we escape.
What if they just shoot us?
Stop bringing logic into this.
Whoops. The like acceleration and that of the vehicles when you hit stuff is really weird.
I'd say it works.
Mind your manner. I am your superior.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and finish off GTA 3
You wanna swap
after
back?
this.
This isn't giving me any confidence.
You sure you got his face right?
You know how often this guy gets on camera?
I'm just saying.
I'm sure, all right?
That's all I wanted.
Right, don't fly into me this time, you cretins.
You know?
Right, so now they're in here with me. What the
You should
hell?
keep the face when you're done with it.
Are you serious?
Cyrus is very
Yeah.
powerful and statuesque.
What the hell?
Costume. And now you want the boss to run around with Cyrus's face?
It was just a suggestion. Don't get all bent out of shape.
I don't get, like, what's going on here. Alright. Catch up, man. Come on. Are you kidding me? Hurry the fuck up. Well, this isn't annoying at all.
Get the cuffs on, we're nearly there.
This is a horrible idea.
Just do it already.
Look, you may be cool with wearing handcuffs, but this motherfucker ain't down with that.
What's that?
Yeah.
supposed to mean?
Well, you know.
That's what I was thinking.
Constitution ring.
So clearly I'm into kink. You carry a gun. Does that mean you like to be shot?
No.
So how about we stop being a judgmental man-child?
Okay.
Come on, man.
Best music, great tunes.
Now, here's a good
This just...
workout tune.
Oh, it's Mix 107. I thought it was Mix 106. Dude, come on. Alright, there we go. I just noticed that emote.
Next time, you get to be the fucking prisoner. Quiet.
Welcome back, sir.
What's up?
I need you to sign off on some prototypes I've been working on.
Thanks for the offer, but I want to process these to a sapling.
I can take these two down to detention for you, sir.
Thanks.
What the fuck, man?
Did you look at the commander?
There's no screenshot function in OBS, is there? That'd be handy if there was.
This way, sir.
Lead on. So, how do you like Steelport?
It's disgusting.
I hear you. I'm more of a Stillwater bloke myself.
Bloke?
Oh, I picked up that when I was stationed in Britain.
Sir, I'm familiar with your jacket. You were never stationed in the UK.
Sure I was.
Oh,
I probably said too much. Let's not talk about this ever again.
I understand, sir. Sir, R&D has sent a prototype for a new vehicle. A jet-propelled cycle.
You shitting me?
Sir?
I mean, it's not like that shit they usually give me, is it?
No, sir. It is top quality.
What else have they cooked up?
They have some improvements to our tank's weaponry. Should pack more firepower.
Splendid, splendid, splendid.
And there's also portable satchel charges for the troops. Once we get to R&D, I'll need you to sign off on 2 projects.
Looking forward to it.
Please walk slower. What's up, Ollie? Yeah, I mean, that was my fault though, to be fair. Like, earlier was, I forgot how to do that fight. So I am a bit rusty on those early levels. We'll get the tank.
I'm on my way back to the Thermopylae to interrogate the prisoner. Make sure no one else has access to it.
So that's your name.
No.
Better get him out of here quick.
Please stop shooting me. Uh-oh. I don't think that explosion would have just tickled you. Come here.
The commander temple below deck is an imposter. Shoot him on sight.
Oh. Oops. Why did he do that? Not weird.
All soldiers in the R&D are to shoot Commander Temple on sight. He is a saint in disguise.
I would be very interested in what the total body count in this game is so far. I don't know why I got that, like, running melee move. Can you, like, fuck off? you know, to put it politely, like. I swear, guys just pop up from nowhere, and I'm actually not getting like. If you actually look, like, there's no one shooting me, but I'm actually I'm taking damage. There we go. Like, look, like there is no one alive, and yet I'm just taking damage. Like, where did you come from? Fucker. Okay, so this. Was that 2-shot kill? Nice shield. How are you still alive? Leave me alone. I don't know, I think that burst rifle was better. Can you guys just, like, stop fucking just hit scanning the fuck out of me? Come on, I'm quite clearly hitting, like, his hand there, not the shield. Yeah, I should have stuck with my assault rifle. The first thing I need to do is get infinite ammo in these pistols. Like, that's what I need. Can I get in the tank? Yes. That's more like it. Right, I need to go down here. Okay, I did grab the ammo for that. I don't think any other gun has got the exploding bullets upgrade. That's why the pistols are just so good. Wait, 100 more to go.
Boss? About time.
I was wondering when I was going to get like another pop-up on that. last one.
What do you want now? I'm not saying a damn thing.
Shondi, it's me. Pierce, Viola, and I came to get you out.
Thank God it's you. We gotta get you home. You look like shit.
We have to find a way off this thing.
We could blow it up first.
Rank mine. Where to?
Reactor control room. Heard the guards talking about how dangerous it was.
Keep moving!
When you get flashbanged, rocket launcher. That's probably a shotgun, wasn't it? Ow. Huh. That's like below me, isn't it? What the hell? Ah, okay. This is kind of effective. God, I wish I hadn't dropped my rifle. This thing is ass.
Nice one, boss.
Bet there's something in that control area keeping this place running. Take it out and the ship should blow.
You sure?
Fuck no! I'm just working on movies with it.
Whoops, I didn't want to do that. What? Oh, okay.
They had troop transports in the hangar. We could snatch one of them.
You heard the lady.
There's something just very, like, period evident about that run animation, if you know what I mean.
Keep it up.
Oops. Like, it's like the most 2011 run animation ever. Uh-oh.
Make them all pay.
Are all of these just gonna blow up? No? Okay, cool. I like how there's probably thousands of people on that.
This one's going in the book.
We might have overdone it.
Now we can focus on Killbane.
What about Stag?
We just blew up an aircraft carrier. What else could they throw at us?
You knew it would come to martial law, didn't you?
I knew the Saints. How did Mayor Reynolds react?
He'll fall in line. They all will.
Keep me updated, Commander.
Of course, ma'am.
Sir, the commandos are en route. We'll have the whole city locked down in 72 hours.
Outstanding. Thank you, Kia.
Permission to speak freely? It's about damn time we took off the kid gloves.
Two little words, Kia. Shock and awe.
Alright. Awesome. Man, sometimes I'm torn on what's better. Bombay mix or crisps. You don't have to feel as bad eating Bombay mix and peanuts. But crisps are pretty epic. What's that? Alright. How is it empty? I mean, I've almost been playing for an hour. Like,
Hello?
Get to the others. Come to the broken shillelagh.
I don't do pub food.
Too bad. I'm done fucking around.
Steelport's coastal waters gained a new landmark when the aircraft carrier Thermopylae, operational headquarters for the Stag Initiative, suddenly exploded, scattering wide portions of the wrecked ship.
so far, the only legit downside on this is that you cannot change it from inverted controls.
No official cause for the accident has been given, but Stag quickly reassured the city that the ruined nuclear carrier...
Alright, I'm done fucking around. I want Killbane.
You want to hurt Killbane? You gotta hurt his reputation.
So, what? We humiliate him?
Can't we just kill the bastard?
Take Killbane's mask and all that's left is Eddie Pryor. It's worse than killing him.
I don't know, this is more Angel's thing.
Killbane would never agree to fight Angel.
He's more scared of Angel than me.
Yeah, no offense, but you're kind of ridiculous.
That line really hit home when I had like the 50s hairdo and I had blue and they were blue and I just looked utterly ridiculous. I guess it still kind of works with a ninja, but you know.
Kenzie left you that weapon.
Which?
The RC gun. You'll need it to take control of the luchador's vehicle.
Can't we just shoot them?
These are supposed to look like accidents, remember?
Is it gonna work from up here? Wonderful.
That's like non-committal response.
Is Killbane really that afraid of you?
He knows I'm better than him.
And you think you'll fight me?
If there's no more contenders, he'll
we just kill him?
Easier? Yes. But nothing worth doing is easy. When you raise Kilbane's mask to the screaming crowd, you'll know you made the right choice.
If you say so.
That's right, folks. Get those hepatitis vaccines updated because the blood will be flying soon at Murder Brawl 31.
Right you are, Zach, and who better to
What the game in
announce the
Elite is
initial
called?
lineup than the champion himself, Kilbane.
I think.
You know, opponents have been arriving from all over to face their fears and meet the architect of their demise.
So stay tuned as the press conference will be coming to you live from the 3 Count Casino within the hour.
I can't wait.
That luchador heading towards the car is the Mad Mangler, Little Roberts.
Mad Mangler. Do I need to be worried he'll send me back in a box?
Actually, he's pretty laid back.
Throw me a bone at least.
Let's get to the press conference. Hey, what's wrong with this car? Oh God, I didn't do that.
Where's all the pedestrians?
This damn thing's possessed.
Steroids are bad for you kids.
Sure, you know, that makes perfect sense.
Who's next?
Christopher the Clubber Johnson. He should be on his boat now.
Surrounded by baby seals?
Breaking news. Minutes ago, Mad Mangler Merle Roberts, a luchador slated to compete in the upcoming Murder Brawl 31, ran over several pedestrians in what witnesses say was a rage-induced vehicular massacre. His body is being pulled out of the fiery wreckage as his career ended at a dead end. This is Jane Valderrama with a breaking news report.
This thing's pretty fun, Kinsey.
Got bored one night and threw it together.
You need to get laid.
Electronics are good for that too.
Didn't hear that.
Oh man, chop chop.
Great! This boat's defective. I want my money back. They promised me boating was safe.
Boats. Dangerous things.
Not as dangerous as helicopters. Trash Can Teddy is on a sky tour of the city.
I really hope this is them setting up for a Saints Row 5.
More breaking news.
I'm gonna check if I have 4 installed on Steam still.
As 2 boats lost control within minutes of each other, resulting in the deaths of the drivers, other boaters, and partygoers on a nearby pier. Is this a boating stunt gone horribly wrong, or is death smoothing out a wrinkle in his design? This is Jane.
No, I don't have it installed, but I do have it on PC. Let's see if that works, I guess.
Did he just jump out?
No, that was the pilot. Trash Can must be flying now.
Don't lose him. That's done. There any more?
I've saved the worst for last. El Presidente.
Why?
He's reached out to Stag for protection. He's afraid that Kilbane will try to kill him before the match.
He's half right. Time to take over a tank. I think Stag's about to cause an accident.
You know, with like electronic cars and all that, and self-driving cars.
This just in. It was shades of the great bootlegger recall of '07 as yet another
Just saying.
mechanical failure resulted in a fatal mid-air
What if something like this could actually be done?
Citizens of Steelport, a word of advice. Pull over now.
There we go.
This is Jane Valderrama with a breaking news report.
He's following orders.
Your criminal life is over.
Where'd he go? All right, that was all my that was all the tanks I needed to blow up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Stillwater Butcher has graced us with their presence.
You want to fight the best? You fight me.
The best? The best is beating Sway the Spider God in a Tijuana scaffold match. The best is defending the world title 13 times in one night. The best is winning a last man standing match with 2 broken legs. Trust me, little Icarus. You're flying too close to the sun.
Oh my God, quit being a bitch and put your mask up.
If you want to be broken by the walking apocalypse, I will gladly oblige you.
All right.
Do you know what a flock of birds is?
A bunch of birds?
A convoy of planes, all accompanying a Stag cargo plane.
Next time, start with that explanation.
They're scheduled to enter Steelport airspace not long from now, probably bringing in new weapons and equipment for Stag.
Doubt we could get to them before they land. We'll have to hit them on the ground.
Viola said you could use the Syndicate's jet if you need to.
Well, that opens up a whole new set of possibilities.
Want me to send their location?
Send it to Viola and tell her to get the plane ready.
Murder Brawl 31 could have a disappointingly...
What is that game in Alita called? Is it Turbo Motorball? Is it Motorball, I think?
Have already seized on these accidents to question the long-term health effects of the sport, claiming that undiagnosed brain injuries combined with the performance-enhancing drugs caused the competitors to fall asleep at the wheel. As is always the case with this exhibition,
I mean, guys, what are you doing standing there? You're in the middle of the road. Like, I mean, come on.
for the next event. While there may be fewer matches, Murder Brawl 31 will still feature the highly anticipated fight between Steelport's own Killbane and the Stillwater Butcher. This is Jane Valderrama with the Steelport Sports Entertainment News.
What the fuck are people doing in this building?
Steelport is run by a secret criminal organization called the Syndicate. Fact, there's only one mayor here, and that's me. Myth, Stag is turning Steelport into a police state.
Oops.
Fact, military occupation doesn't mean police state. Look at Juarez. Anything can happen there. Myth, Steelport is a dangerous place to go on vacation. Fact, it's only dangerous if you think a good
That was a sad excuse for a fight.
But don't take my word for it. Go to Steelport and see for yourself.
it's weird, like, there's no fast travel in this either. Like, that really... Like, there's little bits here and there that really do show just how old this game is. And just how standardized a lot of stuff has become. Speaking of open world games, I'm surprised we haven't got like any update on when Horizon's hitting PC. Definitely, man, I might even book off the whole week for that. At least a couple of days. Man, it's getting dark in here.
No doubt.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get that. I'm gonna have to get a screen grab of that. Oh, what's up, Boost? I discovered that NGS2 Plus is an impossible platinum. Oh, why is that? Is that due to multiplayer stuff or something? I don't really know what the trophies are for that game. That's a funny screenshot, that is.
Bloody door's locked from the inside.
You're in a supply plane for the military. There has to be something you can use.
Oh!
Almost forgot. Try to actually stay in the...
Is that infinite ammo in my pistols? What the fuck? Oh. There's no multiplayer, so you have to do it with a CPU partner. There's 11... Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. And the... If I remember rightly, like, some of those missions are... Some of them, at least, the only ways I've seen them done are, like, basically, like, people just cheese them.
You're in a supply plane for the military. There has to be something you can use.
That would make sense.
Almost
Oh,
forgot.
okay, so I can't grab these
Stay in the
guys.
plane for once.
Get off me. A flashbang. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Like, I can't remember the missions all that well. I know there was some pretty crazy missions in, was it NG3? Or you had to fight like 3 Genshins at once. I swear that was one of the missions. Well, I mean, like, who thought that was a good idea? Like, honestly.
Might be able to blast open the door.
Then use it so we can land these things already.
It's like Genshin's about the only boss that, like, really works one-on-one. So it's like, hey, let's fight 3 of them. Yeah, that'll work.
Seems like this should work.
You getting close enough?
There we go. Jesus, that hurts. That's nice. I don't care to play as Momiji Rachel. Oh yeah, I forgot they really like doubled down on the extra characters in that one, didn't they? Momiji looked kind of cool though, actually. Like, she actually looked pretty fun. Get out the way. Where do I go? Wait. What the hell? I couldn't see any other way to go there. That's funny, I haven't used my Vita in a long time.
Oh god, what did you do?
I have to go up here.
Gone? What do you mean gone?
Yeah, I noticed the last time I used mine, it didn't hold a charge very long. We're falling in a tank, and we're shooting people, and like, I'm actually doing it. Pinnacle of gaming right here.
It's not the fall I'm worried about. Excuse me.
Oh.
How does this keep happening? Oh, a little too close. That's nice work, that.
Uh-oh.
Just a nice, relaxing day.
My crosshair, see, I was gonna, yeah, that seems to, like, really not be where I'm shooting. What is going on?
Oh, it never ends. This is one fucked up ride. And me without my camera.
Go away. What Fast and the Furious movie is it where like they where like they fall out of the plane in cars? Alright, well I can totally see what I'm doing.
Fuck it.
Ow. Oh god, inverted controls. Did that work? customizable. I suppose it was. Oh, I remember this.
Fuck my life.
Awesome. I have a gun shop like right near here. What do I need for that? Level 48, okay. We'll get that. Oh, I thought one of the, I could have swore one of them. Oh no, it's not. You know, you don't get infinite health. You can just make yourself immune to like every type of damage. No, that sucks. I'm not gonna get that. Yeah, map. Yeah, there it is.
The explosions heard in the sky
Whoa.
over Steelport were not, in fact, evidence of an alien invasion. Stag has confirmed that some of their cargo aircraft were involved in a suspicious incident that damaged or destroyed several planes. This incident resulted in a large amount of wreckage, including bodies, raining down over parts of Steelport. The exact cause of the incident is unknown, but the wild rumors of a superhero...
Ow! Just let me go shopping. Oh, I've already got those maxed. Ooh, okay, that seems like that would be good. I don't know. I think like the explode. Okay, can I get a better... Alright, we'll get that. got that from my SMGs now, so... Increased damage, but it's a rocket launcher. I don't really understand that. Alright, cool. I don't really need anything else.
Let me know when you're on your way.
On my way? Where?
For your meeting with the mayor.
First I've heard of it.
Right, I hadn't called you yet.
So what's this meeting about?
I don't know, but he said there's a problem that Stag's dragging their feet on. So he's looking for outside contractors.
How's he have your number?
I've dealt with the man before. He's a powerful connection to have in Steelport.
If you say so.
You'll see.
Oh crap. She wanted a picture. Whoops. Oh well. She'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
What are we waiting for?
We're not walking in there until you promise to play nice.
Are you serious?
Repeat after me. Don't fuck with the mayor.
Look, sweetie, I'll fuck with whoever I want to fuck with. I mean, who does this guy think he is?
Viola, is this the kid you were talking about?
Burt fucking Reynolds?
Who else could keep this town running? Besides, I love my constituents.
Sir, I am a huge fan.
Excuse me, honey. Viola says the Saints are the new game in town. If that's the case, I want in.
Yeah, great. What do you need?
I got a zombie problem that I want.
Wait, a what problem?
Zombies.
You mean metaphorically, the celebrity-obsessed media drug
Man.
This ain't Los Angeles.
I'll tell you about it later.
That,
What do you say, kid?
Does that hit home 9 years later, or what? Jesus.
We'll give it a whirl. Aren't you worried about pissing off Stag?
You're acting like I never had to outsmart a paramilitary organization before. Call me when it's done.
Oh my god, this guy is fucking awesome.
Stop being a fanboy.
Perfect.
This wasn't what...
I need a timestamp for that, otherwise I am gonna forget. 32, there we go.
Better ideas.
It's too late now. You don't back out after agreeing to something with the mayor.
I will never let Burt Reynolds down as long as I live.
What's the plan here?
Use the masks to find the chemicals and kill anyone who tries to stop us. Simple, really.
But for killing these zombies, what's the plan for that?
Shoot him till they stop moving.
I like how running people over doesn't seem to damage your car. I think it does in GTA. I thought that just completely crashed them.
Heard from my contact at Stag. There are 3 containers leaking the virus into the air. They'll have to be submerged in water to be neutralized. Think you can handle that?
Mayor Reynolds, Stag gave me just the tool I need.
Hang on. Go away. These do count as headshots. Can you stop doing that? Zombies don't run. They remind me of the Time Splitters zombies. Man. Can we get a Time Splitters 2 remaster? Or just put the game out again? Like, because Time Splitters 2 is amazing. That's the game I'd like to replay, actually. I could hook that up using my Xbox. Oh. Go away. Hey, one down.
That was easy enough. Forever. How's it? Help me! They're everywhere! Hang in there!
Oh, sh... This will be a really easy way to get those last 100 headshots. This is such a weird mission. Which Saints Row game was your favorite radio? I don't really remember the radio stations very well in this game, to be honest. I don't know. I just never really I never really paid much attention to them. The only radio station I can remember, like radio stations I remember well, are GTA 3. I think it's just because I played the game so much. Go away. Oh yeah, shit, I was totally supposed to help my friend. I forgot about that. Ah. This is just very addictive now. I gotta stop this. Man, I need to... I'm trying... Where is my copy of Time Splitters 2? I think... Because I've got that on Xbox and PS2. The Xbox version would be the easiest to stream. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right, what am I doing? I wish they'd make that backwards compatible on Xbox One. I think, is it Future Perfect? I think Future Perfect is.
What I tell you, splitting up, bad.
Well, I was going to say thanks.
me check that. I think 3 was made backwards compatible. Time Splitters 3 is really good though. Is that on Xbox One? Man, they have a great look, the Time Splitters games. Rico is the voice of the main character, and that from Killzone, fun fact. Yeah, I guess, I don't know, maybe just people aren't that fussed anymore. I feel like there's so many, I feel like sort of the PS2 era for the most part, there's so many copies of those games out there, like they're just not really rare. I mean, there's a handful that are, though. Like, there's a few GameCube games that really are quite pricey, just because, you know, there just wasn't many of them around. There wasn't many copies. I remember, I never forget when RE2 and RE3 first came out, the GameCube versions. They were, like, platinum prices. They were 20 quid, basically. And I remember thinking at the time, like, man, that's way too much. Like, I'm not getting those. So I could have got both of them for 40. Oh, I don't know, like, about 5 or 6 years after the GameCube, like, they were really, really expensive because, you know, there just wasn't many of them done. So, oh, crap. Yeah, I don't know why Mario Sunshine is, because wouldn't that be, like, one of the best-selling GameCube games? But, the, like, I paid well over 30 quid for each, like, RE2 and RE3 when I finally got around to getting them. And I was like, man, I could have got both of these for 20. Like, when they very first came out. Which is annoying. Twin Snakes as well. Like, Twin Snakes is very expensive on the GameCube, which is the remake of MGS1. It's funny how people don't really seem to talk about that game. It's a full-on remake of Metal Gear Solid 1, and yet people don't really talk about it. You think people would? Alright, let me, why are they randomly on fire? Oh, please. Get the fuck away from me. Okay, this is getting very annoying. Reload, you fucking cretin. There we go. You know, it's funny, Boost, like, that's actually a good point. I think it's easy to forget that Metal Gear Solid just has for the most, just a very, very, very passionate fan base. I mean, I love me some Metal Gear Solid, but I know there's a lot of people that don't. There we go.
I'm not feeling so well. Let me check it. Shit. The hose on your mask is damaged. There's a rim job close by. Maybe I can fix it there.
That's good. Fix. Good.
Go away. what that man is. Yeah, I think we'll wrap up this mission, and I'm gonna call it a night. Not this crap again. Am I missing? Why are they just on fire randomly? Like, am I missing something here? What are you doing? Ah, great.
That was unexpected. Oh, can we hurry this up?
Still looking.
Or faster!
What the? Get off me.
This isn't right.
Any day now.
Yeah, funny enough, I was looking at a copy of that, and then I just found a normal one. I really didn't like the, like, you know, the platinum cases on the, on that generation. I don't know, there's something about them.
Got it.
Alright, get it fixed.
Oh, just relax.
Right, okay. And it was really weird, you know when you had like a massive row of like just PS2 games and you had that one platinum, like pretty much everybody had like the platinum version of Tekken Tag 1. You'd have like a huge line of regular games and then you just have like this one platinum sticking out, like, ugh.
How are you so calm about this?
Oh, that by now.
Like you've ever dealt with a zombie before?
Usually they're on my side.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, go away. It's like the Chris Strait from RE5. There we go.
Tell me there won't be any problems.
Hey, couple more containers to go, man.
Good. You get this done and you can count on the Steelport municipality to back the Saints. SWAT teams, favors from the police chief, a little help from me personally, whatever you need, you get.
Mayor Reynolds, I'll let you know when it's done.
Yeah, yeah, good point actually. Never thought about that. Like, the Wii really is like two consoles in one, really.
All we need is a sample before you destroy it all.
Are you daft? That's gonna make the problem worse.
I'm saying Saints could create zombies to fight with us, overwhelming our enemies with the tide of flesh.
That's not a bad thought.
I have got to be near this headshot thing, right? I only had 100 to go, like... It doesn't seem like it was that long ago. Oh, don't shoot the truck. That's true, they don't. Oh, for fuck, get off me. I was in the van, like... Alright, let me save here, because I think this is another one. Yeah, it is. Oh, what's up, Mason? Ooh. Oh, can you link me to that, Mason, please? Can you post a link? I've not got the, I've not got that site bookmarked here. I want to watch that. Oh, you know what, actually? We'll finish this mission, And then we'll watch that.
We can drive this thing out on the
We'll watch that vid. Oh, it's on YouTube. Okay. What the fuck? That's cool. Let's have a butcher's. Chapter 4.
Commander, what the hell are you doing?
There have been some complications, Senator.
Complications? Don't talk to me about complications. I want results.
You want results?
Man, when was this chap? Man, this seems like it's been a while.
Congress got on board. Homeland Security would never allow it. This is out of control. I am coming to Steelport.
Zombies and Monica Hughes?
Funnily enough, Kel's Chapter 4 for Very Hard was like posted a couple of days ago as well. Chapter 3 video in October. Man, so 7 months for this. I mean, I can believe it. I can totally believe that. Like, Chapter 4 is fucking insane. It's like by far... I think it's by far the worst chapter in the game. Right, I'm gonna change my stream here, and then we'll watch this video, and then I'm gonna get to bed. Right, so I've got saves for all the like alternate missions, I think. So I don't have to go back. I don't have to play through like all the game again to do those. Right. Okay. Let's watch this. Let's go. Where are we? There we are. Desktop. Boom. I'm gonna keep the chat. I'm gonna keep the chat up here. I wanna be able to. Alright, 14 minutes. 7 months for a 14-minute video. So 2575. Okay, so generally speaking, 2 UTs and an ET is max here. You can get 3 UTs with Inferno. Huh. Okay, he doesn't go for the 3 UTs. Okay. I mean, that's only 1,000 less points. More points for the next guy, as I always say. But yeah, you can get 3 UTs there. You know, it'd be a really cool, like, collective thing. It'd be like, just get, if you had like a bunch of people still running the game for Karma, just get like, just get a few people to grab like a couple of fights in the whole game and like just max it out so you could find out like what the most is. That's a really good way of getting your health down, actually. If you do like a just like a stagger move on those guys, like they knee you, so that's a really quick way to get your health down. Yeah, it would be cool, because there are certain fights that, like, for example, say you can get 3 UTs there, but it's insane. I'd be really interested to see what he does on this fight coming up, because this fight coming up is just fucking brutal. This is why this chapter is so hard. Every Karma runner gets assigned 1 fight. Yeah, exactly. Like, for example, the first fight in Chapter 1, I think you'd have to get incredibly lucky, but if I remember the time limit rightly, I think you can get 2 UTs and an ET out of that. But it has to be so perfect. Okay, so what we got here? Okay, that makes sense. So he should get a blue out of that captain. He aimed that at the other captain guy, so he should have a blue staggered. Yeah, so he's going to get... Okay, so that is going to put his combo above 20. Is he going to kill his combo? Okay, no, he doesn't. So that's just going to be 2 yellows. That's 2 guys left. Oh, okay, I see. I was going to say, if he'd have killed the... what's it called? If he'd have killed the Grenadier there, if he'd have killed his combo, if he'd have cut his combo off and killed that Grenadier, he could have got a sneaky ET that way, but he gets it that way, so it's the same amount of points, really. He could have forward wide that guy, and just got a little bit more points. You know, it's funny. The last 3 times, yeah, you can do it on hard as well, Mason. Yeah, it's a lot more. It's a lot easier on hard just because you're so much more likely to get a blue essence. So yeah, it's funny. The last few Karma runs I've seen, I've always thought, well, no one's gonna beat this score, and yet someone does. Someone comes along and actually beats it. Kel right now, I mean, if Kel carries on, Kel's gonna end up with every high score pretty much. And I do wonder if anybody is gonna beat his scores. What's your favourite difficulty for casual play? Yeah, I'd say very hard as well. I think very hard has the most fun enemies. Master Ninja's alright. Master Ninja has a couple of fights. Like I much prefer the Master Ninja Archive challenge, but that's about it. For the most part, the what's it called? The very hard enemies are a lot more fun. Okay, so he's doing this in a different order. Interesting. Oh, I wonder if he's saving these fights for Chapter 6. Because I remember mentioning that a while back, that that you could save these fights because you have so much time in Chapter 6. Like, you have like 10 minutes left over in Chapter 6. So it's more than enough time to come back here and do these encounters. So I wonder if that's what he's doing. Yeah, it really does. Yeah. Like for example, the Berserker challenge on Master Ninja is just boring. Like, it's just not fun. The very hard stadium challenge, like, is a bit better, but like that is still a little bit boring. Like, I think you can get another ET there. Let me just watch that back. I think. Yeah, so Fiend Sealer's him. ET's the blue guy. Then he gets... Then another UT. That's going to kill... Does he kill both? Yeah, he kills both of those with that. Yeah, you could guillotine throw the captain guy and, like, actually end that UT on him, forward Y, and get another UT. I've seen that in a video before. I can't remember where, though, because that's how I know about that. God, what video did I see that in? Not sure. I hate the very hard stadium challenge. Yeah, I don't really mind it. I gotta be honest, like, the very hard stadium challenge, I think, is like that, and the Master Ninja Archive challenge are like my 2 favorite fights in the game. Like, they're just, oh, they're so cool. I'm trying to think who was the first person to show that, like, smoke bomb forward wide blue essence stagger. I think it was Ice Lord. That was definitely the first video I saw it in. You know, I just thought, Digital T posted that video about how to replicate the Nimpo Orb duplicate. I keep meaning to message him. If I really want him to do that on Master Ninja and get to the Emperor second form with like 10 Nimpo slots and just abuse level 1 Inazuma on him, like, over and over and over again, and see how many points he gets. Was this... Wait, was this... Was that just 3 UTs? No. Yeah, he's going to keep the Luna level 1, isn't he? Yeah, 1 UT. Did I miss the ET? No, that's 2 UTs. Huh, that's surprising. 769. I'm not blind there, am I? 754. Yeah, that's just 3 UTs. I am shocked he does not get an extra ET in that fight. The time he used on the Izuna drop, like, would have been enough to do that. Weird. My very hard calm run. I made up kills in chapter 12 and did the challenge in chapter 15 with the Dark Dragon Blade. Isn't that slower though? I would assume that's slower. Because the UF, like, destroys ogres. The low health UF, like, just absolutely destroys ogres. That fight is really fun with the Dark Dragonblade, though. It's a shame you get the Dark Dragonblade so late. It really is. I can't remember what run it was, but I had a run here where I got to a point, it might have been my normal run actually, and I think I had one arrow, so like I had to hit like that rat like first try. That's clever. I've not seen that before, so that's why he saves the fight. That's really good actually, because that makes the gauntlet at the start a lot less. Man, he's on the magic pixel there. Is the Dark Dragonblade in NGO4? Yes, it is. Yeah. I want to say it's more powerful than NGO4. That's gonna stagger. Yeah. I love stuff like that. Again, I don't know if that's intentional, but man, I just love how that like chains, you know. So good. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it depends. Again, like everything, it just depends on what your aim is with the score. I mean, it's probably not that big a deal, really. I'm trying to, like, how much time do you get on the stadium challenge? You get a lot, don't you? So it's going to be less points, but like not, you know, it's not like you're giving up like a shitload of time. Yeah, so he's going for the he's going for the extra ET here, but he didn't go for it in that ninja fight. That's just really strange. Was that? I'm trying to think. Was that? I'll go back and check at the end of the video, just see if that was in a gauntlet. Because if it was a part of a gauntlet, I'd get it. But if not, it seems very bizarre that he wouldn't do that. More points for the next guy. That 2,000 points, you know, that's all you need. Oh, that was close. I bet he breathed a sigh of relief there. What was that? 22 seconds? I think you can get another ET there. You'd have to the final ninja would have to cooperate though. So to get the extra ET there, you'd have to ET the ninja forward Y, grab the blue, and the ninja would have to jump at you. Because then you'd hit him airborne and he'd just fall to the floor. You wouldn't have to wait for the full animation to play out on him. Which Kel does, I think, in his very hard video. So I'm guessing he's just going to swap to... He's going to ET this guy here. Yeah. So, like, we'll see if he gets it here, actually. Yeah, so you basically want that to happen, but you need it to happen in open space so the rest of the UT doesn't, like, hit him into a wall. And then he would have been able to get the extra ET there. So realistically, like, it's crazy, isn't it? But, like, there's 5,000 points, like, missing in this chapter already. Like, there's a potential 5,000 that he doesn't get. That's fucking mad, isn't it, man? Like 5,000, like you just wouldn't think it. You know, it's a real. I don't know why, but it's such a real. It's like a regional difference almost. But like, as far as I know, this guy is he Chinese, Japanese? But Kyoiri did the same as well. Like, they always would use, like, X hold down Y into forward Y to launch and break guard. Whereas, like, I guess Western style, I guess, like, you just do on landing forward Y twice. On landing forward Y twice is actually faster. It's significantly faster. If you put, like, X hold down Y forward Y side by side with, like, forward Y, like, you know, I say significantly faster. It's obviously all relative. It's maybe like half a second faster, but you know, it matters. Like, you know, that those half a seconds, you know, matter sometimes. You know. Earlier I meant potency ripping the... Oh yeah, I knew what you meant. Because, you know, they're your points. Nah, never again, man. Never again. I'll never do another karma run on NGB. Not like full blown. Like, just no way. Okay, so he gets the ET here. Actually, he could get a UT here. Does he get a UT? He's got time. So he's going to have to open the box on that. That connected it just gone forward, didn't it? Yeah. Must have been a genius whoever found that strategy. Man, yeah, so there's 5,000 points in this chapter. See, that's the thing. When looking at Kel's recent videos, there's like no points left in Kel's run. That's why I think he might just be the last person to break the scores. Because in his videos, it's like, well, there's just, aside from maybe doing it like a split second faster, which honestly on some of the fights I don't think is doable. Kel's runs look like almost unbeatable. Unless you got, like, super lucky. It didn't used to happen in NGO4, though. Fun fact. The chest stopping the timer did not work in NGO4. That is a NGB trick. Okay, so he's going to go for a UT here, then. Okay, yeah, so he didn't jump, so as you can see, that has to play out. But if he jumps at him, man, he still broke 3. Oh man, that'd drive me fucking crazy. So he's at 3005. If he'd have got that extra 5k, he'd be at 310 at the end of the chapter. And like, that's one of those things that, like, when you're on a karma run, like, if that happens, it's just super annoying. Like, it's crazy. What's your high score for the chapter 1 gauntlet? I can't remember on every difficulty. The best I ever had for Master Ninja, I think, was 284. And I wanted to, like, go for, like, a really higher score, but then like the rest of the chapter, I was like, just nah, like, I just couldn't be bothered. 3315. Yeah, let me just double check that that fight where he doesn't get that ET, like, funnily enough, I think on normal, if you get, like, it's weird how that gauntlet isn't that different between the difficulties. Because on normal, the trapdoor room, like, is a lot easier to just charge UTs on. Yeah, it was this fight, wasn't it? Yeah, I gotta double check this, because that's just a really weird decision, like, because he goes for it in every other encounter, and yet here he just is unit. Yeah, so he even hits. So that's the same Black Spider Ninja. Yeah, look at this time. Like, look at that. Look. So like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, when people talk about, like, your decision making. So he's at 21 seconds here. Forward Y, X, Y, or just like forward Y Fiend Sealer would kill this ninja, and he'd be dead in a second. So look how long this Izuna drop takes. He's back in control of Ryu at 16.4 seconds. That Izuna drop takes 4 seconds to kill that ninja. So like, that's literally his ET time. He could have like forward wide ET charged in that 4 seconds. That's mad. That's crazy. You know, Mason, that's a good point. Because on my normal run that I did, I put, like, missed points in the background, like, on the subcategory, and I think, I want to say, like, I think I'm at, like, I could have had, like, 272 at the save statue. Where is it? Where's my normal karma run? Sigma. Wow, is it that old, really? God, it is. Jesus. God, man, how old is this run? Oh, no, that's not. Is it? No, it's not. Hmm. Was it? Was it Sigma I did that in, maybe? Oh, here we are. It was the no reset run. Never mind. Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, so this is like guaranteed points lost, isn't it? That I'm tracking here. So yeah, let's go through this. Let's go through this, and then we'll call it a day. Man, analyzing karma runs is so much fun. Okay, so you can get a UT in that fight, so that's 3,000 points right there. I wasn't watching that. Whoops. So that's 3k. Can I get this out of the way so I can... Actually, you know what? Like, I got a notepad here, so let's just use that. Whoops. That then. Let's have a look at what, like, the theoretical max is at the save statue. Because I'm pretty sure on normal you could break 280 if you got a perfect... if you get, like, a perfect trapdoor room, you could get 280, even on normal. Because you get more enemies in the trapdoor fight, which is actually, like, a big difference. Okay, so you got 15 seconds here. So you can get 2 UTs and an ET there for sure. So that's another 2,000. Oh no, hang on. I think I actually have this video. God, I can't remember what it's called though. You can get a UT and an ET there. So that's another 2,000. Oh, hang on. Let me check the forum. Because I think I posted this video not a while back. Just because it was just something for fun that I wanted to do. Which fight, Mason? Sorry. Oh, where's that thread? Where's that video? The one with the torches. Oh, can you? Oh, okay. Oh, I can't remember where that video is. Let's just look for normal. Did I even post it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I posted. Ah, here we are. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the one I was looking at. So... Yeah, so this saves me time. Like, I don't have to bother working this out. So what do I end on here? God, this is older than I thought. Yeah, so 267, and this is from before I found more shit here. So I mean, let me just have a look. Do I get a UT on the start? I don't think I do. Because if not, that's the 1,000 point. Oh no, I do get. Yes, I mean that's 1,000 points right there. So yeah, man, it's crazy. Like every time I think the records won't be beat, and yet they are. Like, it's mad. So what are we at here? Let me have a look at... Yeah, so Kel's broke 19 million on Ninja Dog. Kel is at number 1 on normal. Oh yeah, Kel's not ran hard yet, has he? No. Kel's more than likely going to have the very hard score when he's done. So after this, Kel will have hard and Master Ninja left to do. Man, I really hope he's got the endurance to do it, but I'd understand if he hasn't. Ice Wall's hard. Yeah, that is going to be really hard to beat. That's a crazy score for hard. That run is on video though. I don't think it's like that easily viewed because it's not on. I don't think it's on YouTube. Oh, awesome. Let's have a look at this. You know what? You know, we'll watch this, and then we'll call it a night. Karma runs, man. Don't show me karma runs. Don't show me karma runs. They're just so addictive to watch. Like, just they're a fucking nightmare to play, but they're so addictive to watch. They really are. It's like watching someone. It's like watching someone who's a really good cook. Like cook. It's like that. It's just, there's something about it. It's like it's just very relaxing to watch. Did you get the 2 ETs here? Ah, yeah, there we go. That's nice. Oh, that's gonna... Oh, God, yeah. 2010 points at the end. It's annoying that... It's annoying that just, like, for the most part, people just... and I don't mean this in a bad way, but, like, the average person, like, doesn't have the knowledge required to, like, appreciate why a karma run is so entertaining, you know? It's like when you watch like competitive fighting games or competitive shooters, and you see comments that are like, "Oh, these guys suck, I'd beat them all," and it's like, no, you really wouldn't. Like, like, you really, really wouldn't. Like, you wouldn't touch any of them. Like, they would absolutely slaughter you. Because it's funny, like, on the fighting game note, like, I'm not that good. When I was competing, like, that was definitely when I was at my peak. But I wasn't, like, insane. But when I played, like, just regular people, you know, like, they literally didn't get to play the game. Like, if you apply just, like, the absolute basic fundamental stuff to someone who just plays casually, like, you mop the floor with them. So when these people that, you know, post on, like, the comment sections, like, oh, I'd wreck all these people. It's like, dude, you really wouldn't. Like, you know. So you can get an extra ET in that fight. But I see why you don't go for it. That's the thing with normal, the lower difficulties, like, the enemies being so weak is really frustrating. Yeah, it's the same with shooters. Like, the top tier shooter players, people just don't get it. It's like, you know, they don't just play it all the time. Like, you know, there are things about the game that they understand that, like, you just don't. And that's the same with shooters. Like, if you follow, like, competitive shooters, like, for example, when I used to follow Halo, I picked up things just from watching tournaments, and when you start applying that into just, like, general matchmaking, you know, when you're timing power-ups and that on enemies, like, if you set the pace of the match and, like, time the power-ups and that, like, the other team get absolutely slaughtered. It's crazy, like, the skill ceilings, you know. Someone I read it once tried to argue about NGB with me, not realizing that I'm hot. Yeah, I mean, I really don't bother getting into... it's funny, I know Al does, and, like, God bless him for it, but, like, I just don't care, honestly. You know... it's just, as I said, you know, most people think they know, and it's like, but you really don't. You know, it's like that fight as well. You can get an extra ET, but just fuck going for it. You'd have to get so lucky with the spawns. Well, you'd have to get lucky with the spawns, and you'd have to get really lucky with the AI of the ninjas. They'd have to roll. They'd literally have to roll right towards the torch, and if they don't, that's it. You know, you're not going to get it. I hate watching Scrubs talk about NGP. Physically hurts. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to lie. Yeah. But I just don't care. Because it's... I look at it as, like, it's the equivalent of, like, for example, imagine, like any, like, top professional sportsman. Like, imagine, like, someone trying to talk to, you know, like, Tiger Woods about golf or something, you know? You know, it's like you do kind of have to put aside your very, very skewed perspective, you know, because to be honest, and that's why, like, because Al, like, sometimes asks, like, why don't you bother, like, you know, like, commenting on these sort of things, and it's like, because I have a perspective that nobody else has, so I'm basically just talking to myself, you know, and I hope that doesn't come across as big-headed, because I don't mean it in that way. It's just, I've played this game longer than just about anybody, so, like, for example, and it's something you see the opposite of quite a bit, like, you see when people really do kind of, like, fall in love with their own ego, and I've seen it when people will say, like, you know, in fighting games, for example, you see it, someone will say, oh man, you know, I'm a big fan of, like, whoever, and then, like, they'll say something, and that person, like, is quite, like, it's quite derogatory to them. Like, for example, when someone is in my stream and they're like, oh, I've just beat Master Ninja, it's like, cool, oh, awesome, well done, because I remember, I have to, like, ignore the fact that I've played the game for so long, and you have to think back and remember, like, yeah, I remember how I felt when I first beat Master Ninja. It's an amazing feeling. And it's like, you know, going up to Michael Jordan and saying, hey, I just landed a 3-pointer throw. Like, you know, if he was like, yeah, great, you know, I can do that. But probably not. He's probably like, well done. Because that hurts your scene, essentially. And it's never good. I remember, funnily enough, this was an old thread, story time. This was an old thread on the Iberians forum. And the thread was called, what's your proudest moment in NGB? And a lot of people, like, popped up out of the woodwork to post in that thread. And it was like just dicks out everywhere. Like, everyone that popped up was like, oh, when I found this strategy, or blah 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 blah. And I remember, like, mine and Al's posts were like, mine was when I first beat like all of Mission Mode on Master Ninja. I felt like a fucking god when I did that. I was so happy. I was so proud of, like, that final kunai I got on Mission Mode. I was like, yes, all missions done on Master Ninja. I was so happy. I can't remember. I think Al's might have been Master Ninja. I can't remember. But ours, again, I'm not trying to just toot our own horns here, but, like, ours, you could tell, like, it wasn't like, let's just use this as an opportunity to brag. It was like, no, what made you genuinely feel like an absolute boss, you know? Like, for example, in DMC, the first time I beat Nightmare on DMD, like, I went fucking insane. Like, I was so happy. If it was like, oh yeah, the first time I S-ranked every mission, you know, one-handed, because I'm a fucking god, it's like, yeah, fuck off. Like, no one cares. Beating Alma for the first time. Yeah, I remember that. Beating Alma, never mind very hard, beating Alma for the first time on NGO4 was like, God, you felt amazing. The first time I beat the Horseman on very hard in NGO4, I felt insane. You know, like, it's, yeah, you have to, like, keep that perspective. And it's funny that, like, every now and then, like, when I'll reply to if someone posts, like, a question on an NGB video, it can be from, like, 5 years ago, and I'll respond. And I'd say at least half of the time, people are like, wow, you responded, I can't believe that. And I think, well, yeah, like, you know, I'm not just going to ignore, like, yeah, it's an obvious, I mean, it can just be something really obvious, like, how do I get the Dark Dragon Blade? And it's like, well, again, I'm very conscious of that, because I've seen it happen the opposite way so many times, and it's just such a bad precedent for a scene or for a game that you're passionate about. Like, if ability is really irrelevant, I think. If you're considered like a figurehead or like a well-known person, like, for a game, and if you're a twat, for lack of a better word, like, if you're just a knob to people, what do you think that's gonna do? It's part of the reason, like, no, does anybody remember, oh god, what was that? There was a Gears of War, like, community forum called, way back in the day, and it was a fucking cesspool. God, what was it called? Oh man, it was called Gears something. It was when, like, the montage thing was, like, exploding in the Gears of War community. Ah, what was it called? What was it called? It was called Gears something, like, .org. That's gonna bug me now. God, what was that called? Gears... Anyway, I can't remember what it was called. But anyway, that was supposedly like a, competitive forum, like, come here and level up. And all it was just, like, it was just a cavalcade of just fucking leetness. It was terrible. Halo was just as bad. Like, the Halo community back then. Every community back then, honestly, sucked. That was why finding the NGB scene was so good, because there were a few that, definitely kind of, overestimated themselves, but for the most part, like, the NGB scene, especially the Iberians forum, like, it was so welcoming to new players. It wasn't like... So was Devil's Lair. It wasn't like, you come here and make a thread, I'm having trouble on boss X. The responses you got weren't like, you fucking scrub. How do you not beat that boss? You got help from people. Like, because that's how you grow a scene. Like, funny that, like, if you're welcoming to people, they'll stick around. Like, I think it depends, Mason. It really does. I think it's getting a bit better now, honestly, because I think people are starting to cotton on to the fact that, like, if you're just a dick, like, people don't care. Like, people don't care for you, so they kind of don't pay attention to you. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, Bruce. I mean, that's kind of a thing in fighting games in general. And to be fair, like, I understand the mentality of it. I gotta be real. Back when MKX was brand new, there was, like, a small part of me in hindsight that, like, regretted posting, like, as much Scorpion stuff as I did. Because I thought, man, I thought, like, man, if I'd have just kept this to myself, like, I would have just fucking ran over people. Like, but that's not in my nature. Like, if I find something really cool, that can, like, help people grow and improve, like, I want to post it. I want to post that knowledge. Minecraft has a surprisingly toxic community. For some reason, that doesn't surprise me. I don't know why. I think that's where there's something to be said for smaller communities, Like, NG Realm's not a huge site. It's not. But I guarantee you, there's not a single arsehole on there. So, if a new player finds that site and they're like, oh man, I heard Big Alski is on this forum. Big Alski is not going to respond and be like, yeah, I am. I'm the fucking best. You scrub. Like, it's a mentality that I don't really get. It's just very immature, You would, and when you see it from people that are, like, more than old enough to know better, it's just very puzzling, to have that mentality of, like, wow, you just, and you wonder why your scene doesn't grow. Like, it's like, I wonder why. Like, maybe it's because, like, you're fucking unbearable. It's crazy, Yeah, I can see that as well. And I think as well, though, this is where it's a bit weird now, because, for example, when Doom Eternal came out, Doom Eternal is a great example of that. There were way too many people that reacted the exact opposite way to how they should have reacted when people were complaining about the Marauder. I had half a mind to make a video about the Marauder, but I didn't, because, like, I know how the YouTube thing works, and it just, like, I didn't want to have to, like, moderate a fucking comment section. But everybody's response was so polarized. It was either, this is shit, blah, 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 and all these nerds are gonna... The also, fun little thing that does really, like, make me laugh. In, like, another gaming channel or something will be like, oh, some nerd's gonna comment and be like, get good, scrub. It's like, dude, you're making gaming videos and posting them on the internet, and this is how you make your living. I hate to break it to you, but you are a nerd. You can't use that. You fucking idiot. But I digress. But that's what they say, like, that's their defense, is like, for example, if NGB, for whatever reason, if NGB, like, took off and was, like, this huge re-release or something, and there was all this shit about, like, oh, Mirai's broken, he's a cheap boss, and all these nerds are going to tell me to get good, scrub. To be fair, a lot of people probably would post, like, oh, get good, you suck. Both of them are wrong. You need to say, actually, like, here's a tutorial on how you beat Mirai. And he actually teaches you the core fundamentals of the game if you pay attention. So, learn that, and within an hour, you'll probably improve drastically at the game. The same thing should have been done for the Marauder. People should have been like, the Marauder, like, people are having trouble with this boss. Like, here's a few ways you can deal with him. But no, everybody didn't do that. Everybody jumped on the easy, like, clickbaity, ooh, I'm going to push these buttons because this is a hot topic right now and it's trending and the YouTube algorithm is giving it, like, 2 minutes worth of validation, so I'm going to make my video and post it and put all caps in the letters. That's what I'm going to do because I'm desperate. But no one made, like, a calm, like, here's how you fight the Marauder. You can use the ballista, you can use the super shotgun, you can use the grenades, you can use rockets, you could use the regular grenades to stagger him. You can use the BFG. Here you go. It was like, nah, it's just pitchforks, man. You mean the only Mirai tutorial that wasn't just spam wall attacks, bro? Yeah, I suppose. Because that gets on to another thing, right? It's been Tangent City, but I've got to mention it, right? So, been learning this over the last week, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, because there's probably things about my tutorials that aren't great, but, like, I do feel pretty confident in that my tutorials must be at least somewhat decent, because of the amount of people that say, I couldn't beat this boss and I watched your tutorial and it was the first one that, like, I could then beat the boss. So, like, okay, cool. For me, the wall attack spamming tutorial is the same as watching a tutorial for a Rubik's Cube that just says, oh yeah, just, like, spin it until you get it. It's just a matter of time. That's a bad tutorial, because that doesn't actually give you useful information. Spamming wall attacks, like, yeah, it works, but it's not really the way you're meant to fight him, you know? And it's like walkthroughs where they will, like, show you glitches, and it's like, well, that's not really what you're meant to do. It's a walkthrough, yes, but if you fight Mirai properly, and as I said before, like, Mirai teaches you how to play NGB. He literally teaches you how to play the game. If you take note of, like, the lessons he teaches you, you can apply that to the rest of the game and every other boss after him, and it works. It just works. So, yeah, it's just... It's weird. Like, the Marauder was just the Marauder is Mirai. Like, in a weird way. Like, the Marauder is the Mirai of Doom Eternal. And people just tried to spam wall attacks against him, essentially, and complain that it didn't work. And then, I mean, I found, I mean, I should have, I mean, again, I didn't want to post it because it just looks shitty, but I found the Ballista Super Shotgun, like, spacing loop on him, like, on day 2. When people were, like, every channel was making videos about how he needs to be deleted from the game, and it's like, if you just practice and, again, pay attention to what the game is telling you, you'll beat him. But we don't live in that era, you know? It's weird, man. It's why when people say about NGB being like, why doesn't NGB take off, and like, why doesn't like NGB and NG2 get like a crazy following? I think that's why. It's because those, like, that kind of, what's the word? Like, those games just are too technical to have like that kind of mass appeal. And if you know, you know, but if you don't know, you don't. It's weird. It's a funny old world, man. NGB, but with no enemies. Yeah, but can you? Yeah, like, for example, like, you can picture it though, can't you? Like, if that did happen, people would complain about the clones for sure. And to be fair, there'd be somewhat valid points there, but people would complain about the clones, they'd complain about cat fiends, they'd complain about the crab imps, they'd complain about berserkers, probably laser crab fiends, Mirai, Alma, awakened Alma. Basically, any enemy that you couldn't just walk up to and mash buttons and kill it by brute forcing it with health items, they would complain. and that's why it won't take off. And you can't cheese NGB the way you can like other games I've seen. Like, for example, like I've seen bits and pieces of like Dark Souls and Neo speedruns, and they either skip everything, or it's just, oh, get this item that lets you kill the boss in like 2 hits or something, or do this loop on the boss that just completely cheeses it. And it's like, you can't do that in NGB, you know? Yeah, that's what I mean, Mason. Yeah, like with the clones, as I said, like they would actually kind of have a point there. You really have to understand clones to actually be able to fight clones fairly and win. Like, otherwise you should just cheese them. You know? Yeah, it is, yeah. Although, to be fair though, Boost, like, spamming wall attacks on Master Ninja, if you just mindlessly spam wall attacks on clones, I guarantee you, try that 10 times, you'll get killed at least 2 or 3 times doing that. All they have to do is knock you off the wall once and fiend seal you and you're dead. If you time your wall attacks, and you understand the difference between an instant wall attack and a bird flip wall attack with heavy weapons and regular weapons and the area of effect and the ground pound mechanic, you can just delete clones with the low health UF. If you just mindlessly walk into a fight with the low health UF and like, yeah, just spam wall attacks, you'll be dead like that. Because you won't hit them. But again, that's me getting into like layers upon layers, you know? Like, first on Reddit tried to argue why spamming Flying Swallow and Master Ninja won't get you killed. I mean, vids or it didn't happen. Yeah. Like, I paid attention in class. That's another weird thing about this. I don't know, maybe I find it weird because I think like it's so easy to make a video now. Like, if someone said that, like, my response would be like, okay, well, like, where's your video then? Like, show me the video of you doing this. It's like, show me the video of you spamming flying swallows against armored soldiers and not dying. Like, I'll wait. Where's the video? That video will never exist, because 99 times out of 100, they parry you and take, like, 25% of your life. So, Flying Swallow is an ass move. I mean, yeah, it's really not that great in NGB. I'm trying to think of, like, does it have a use? Flying Swallow is kind of shit. Red Hot Iron Brand actually is really good. That's the Flails Flying Swallow. The Flails Flying Swallow is actually hella good. Oh yeah, Flying Swallow is awesome in NG2. It's really good. Yeah, in NG04 it's totally broken though. But yeah, is there anything it's good for in NGB? Hydrocubus, like legit, it's good for Hydrocubus. To be fair, it wasn't just that the move was better, like it was stronger, but it was more the mechanics. Like it just had an insane amount of hit advantage, and it just worked on so many enemies. Like it stun-locked Dynamo, it stun-locked Fiend Mirai, it was more consistent on Alma and Awakened Alma. And yeah, just like, and another thing as well, the enemies in NG04 didn't have like the defense attribute to the strength that they have in NGB. Like, one of the reasons Flying Swallow is so shit in NGB is because there's a lot of recovery on it, and on the higher modes, the enemies will just dodge it. They'll dodge the Flying Swallow, and it has a crazy amount of recovery. So they dodge your Flying Swallow, and then, like, you're vulnerable, and they're going to follow up and hit you. That's why it sucks. Well, I said I was going to end the stream literally about half an hour ago, but we just got sidetracked talking about NGB, and this is what happens. And yeah, and in NG2, one of the reasons it's so good in NG2 is because of the instant kill probability and the deliberate instant kill mechanic that you can use it for. So, for example, X hold down Y Shuriken Flying Swallow on a man-sized enemy is an instant kill because it cuts them in half. If you Flying Swallow an enemy that is grounded in NG2, it instantly kills them. It either cuts them in half or it cuts their head off. So, and it's got really good de-limbing properties, and you can do it 3 times and it looks sick. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like trying Flying Swallow a Cat Fiend next to a wall. It whiffs, and then you get Flying Swallowed, and because you're next to a wall, it triple connects, and that's you're dead. It's just, I don't get how Yeah, I don't know. I don't get how people just kind of like spout BS anymore about games, because it's like, well, like then it's like that doesn't work. Like, you know, again, when hardly anybody could make a video, you could just kind of blag it and BS. Now it's like, well, where's your video? I want to see this. Like, I want to see this strategy. You know, and I like that now, because now I feel like there's no legit comeback to someone saying, if someone says something silly like, you know, oh, I can beat Devil May Cry 3 blindfolded, no damage, and do every single fight in the game in under 2 hours. It's like, okay, video? Where's the video? Where's the video? I can't make videos, man, it's too hard. Really? The console you're playing it on has a built-in capture system and streaming system. I've not got the internet. Then how are you posting to this forum? I don't know. Like, it's just, you can't, I don't know, like, to me, like, you can't duck that anymore. Maybe if you've not been doing this for as long, you might not have that mentality, but that really is my mentality now. It's like, well, if you say you can do something, like, there's no excuse for not showing a video. Like, if you're saying, like, well, I'll rephrase that, I suppose. If you're, like, saying it in, like, a boastful manner, you know? It's like, well, vids or it didn't happen, son. Because otherwise, no one gives a shit. You know? I'm using a ping spoofer to get internet access. I mean, but there again, you know, like, you could get free video editing software, put up a 360p video. Doesn't matter. It's fine. I'll wait. I'll watch it. I don't give a shit. Like, it's just one of those things. I feel like it's weird. There's not a lot of people. I don't know. I mean, is there? I don't actually know. I feel like there's not a lot of people that have been doing this for that amount of time. Where I mean, it used to be a fucking meme. The saying like "pics or it didn't happen" was like a joke, whereas now vids or it didn't happen is like a legit. You know, well, okay. Where's the video? Like, you know, where's the vid, son? Anyway, guys, we are getting wildly off topic here, and I do need to go to bed. So I will catch you guys tomorrow, hopefully. I'm not sure what I'll play tomorrow. I really need to get started on my backlog, man. But just there's so many things. There's so many games to play. So many games. There's too many games, and there's just not enough time. But I hope you all have a good night. I'll catch you then. Take care. Peace.